All right. What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of The Good Faith Show. I'm your host, Andre, and The Good Faith Show is only exclusively on the ATP network. You can catch the ATP network on YouTube, Rumble, Twitch, and Twitter. And I have some shameless plugs for you guys. Be sure to follow the ATP network crew. All our handles are right there. We on Twitter. That's our Twitter handles right there. And also to follow the official ATP Network Twitter account. The handle for that is at ATP Network 247. And last and not least, like the video if you haven't already. Especially if you on YouTube and Rumble, when you like the video, it pushes us out in the algorithm. So like the video and also subscribe too as well. I keep forgetting that. That's how such a dumbass I can be sometimes. Oh man, so I got a pretty jam-packed show for you guys today. Yeah, not one of them days where you kind of feel down, just regular human being shit. But I'm here. So before we get started, I want to play this video, but even though this person sounds very reasonable, it's still like something missing with it. But I'm gonna play in its entirety, then I'm gonna play it again and give my feedback. So here we go.
People protesting. Where were black people during the hands-off demonstration? I am so glad you asked. 3 quick points. 1. White people have a bad habit of only recognizing black people's work when that work happens in white people's spaces and with white people's approval. Take as much time as you need to process that. But we've been working. We've been building. We've been protesting. Many of you all just aren't paying attention until you realize that our bodies aren't on the front lines of your protests. Black organizers pulled together a 24-hour counter program to Trump's State of the Union, reaching more than 1 million collective streaming viewers. Black communities are leading a very successful boycott against Target stores across the country for changing their public stance on DEI. And at least one black community has taken up arms to protect their kids against the pro-Trump white nationalist groups trying to intimidate them. Black folks aren't missing. Black folks are working. Point 2. Protests in the streets have their time and their place. But if we learned anything from 2020, it's that what we need right now is real political power. Like knocking doors and organizing black voters in Louisiana to defeat a constitutional amendment. An amendment, mind you, that would have made it easier to send minors to adult jails and prisons for longer sentences. And that effort was led, you guessed it, by black people.
Early voting was powered by black voters. They turned out in huge numbers. The folks who made that happen join us right now.
Point number 3. It's clear that black people aren't taking a break from the work. The evidence is everywhere, if you're looking for it. But have you considered that black people might be taking a break from doing our work on your terms?
So yeah, that guy reminds me of MKBHD. Like holy shit, I thought that was him at first. I'm like, when he went from reviewing tech to being political. But yeah, I'm gonna play it again, so you guys, you could get so I could give my thoughts on it. Here we go.
Why aren't black people protesting? Where were black people during the hands-off demonstration? I am so glad you asked. 3 quick points. 1. White.
Yeah, I mean, black people was there, but it wasn't a high turnout as the white folks would want it to be, I guess. um, I mean, look, like my thing is that I'm gonna keep saying this over and over again in this segment. Like, the hands-off protest to me was just a Democratic ploy to be anti-Trump. I mean, to be anti-Trump, but like when Joe Biden was in office, we were the same Democrats that was protesting Biden, like for like a lot of things. Like, what about the $50 minimum wage? Even though that's piddle, but I'm saying like he promised these things, and you guys just shrug your shoulders like, I don't know, man, he can't do it. Christian Cinema and Joe Manchin, they just they conniving, which is not true, which is called a rotating villain for a reason. Um, I mean, yeah, I mean, only good thing about those hands-off protests, I will give credit for. I'm not gonna clearly shit on it. Is the pro-Palestine protests. That's it. Like anything else, to me, honest with you, like the overall aura of it was just a meme contest. Like people had Trump balloons and Elon balloons and all that shit. I'm like, where's this energy for Palestine? Like what? Why? I mean, why BB Netanyahu don't have this meme type of energy? Like see, you have like some of these people are probably Zionists too, so they're not going to be pro Palestine. I'm just saying, like, where that same energy? That's all I'm asking.
White people have a bad habit of only recognizing black people's work when that work happens in white people's spaces and with white people's approval. Take as much.
Now, that part right there, he's not wrong. I mean, I mean, me and him I see totally different viewpoint from what he sees. He's saying that why black, people asking why aren't black people out there in mass along with the white folks to protest Trump, and he's saying that we're doing our own thing, but we kind of still bitter that Miss Cam lost, so technically we basically kind of taking a break from all the protesting on the streets, and we just doing more strategic stuff. That's basically what he's saying. But and I wish it was towards another movement, not just towards because of Trump. But here we go.
Time as you need to process that. But we've been working, we've been building, we've been protesting. Many of you all just aren't paying attention until you realize that our bodies aren't on the front lines of your protests. Black organizers,
yeah, like I said, on the ground,
pulled together a 24-hour counter program to Trump's State of the Union, reaching more.
Well, by right there, like, yeah, I mean, they're still doing the same thing the white Democrats are doing. It's just the black Democrats are just doing it through Zoom, I guess. Like, I guess people say, don't watch that State of the Union, watch our State of the Union. Like, yeah, I mean, it's no different, but yeah, like, I mean, yeah. I mean, look, man, like, this is why, the duopoly itself needs to be, like, dismantled, man, because, like, even though black Democrats are doing things different from what the white Democrats want them to do, it's still, like, you're still in the same system. It's just different strategies. Like, I wish that was, like a stream to break away from the duopoly. Now, that would be based. And I see Angela Rye conniving ass on there. But
than 1 million collective streaming viewers. Black communities are leading a very successful boycott against Target stores across the country for changing their public stance on DEI. And
DEI, man, like, DEI ain't bad if it's used right. But my problem is the Democrats take DEI and politicize it. Like, people get mad when I said DEI don't really matter. Like, it don't. I mean, like Target is basically, Target is basically revealing, like, hey, we don't really give a fuck about this shit. It just, 5 years ago, this uprising, and we try to, we want people to shop at our stores, so we'll do anything to, to make an appearance like we care, but we really don't. Like, oh God, like, the craziest thing is that people, like, Target, people are protesting Target more than Walmart because, a lot of black people live in the South, and the South have a lot of rural areas, so it's harder to protest Walmart, the same store that destroyed mom and pop shops, small businesses like general stores, destroyed them, bought them out, put a Walmart right there. So yeah, like, to be honest with you, like, if you're gonna like people are doing boycotts of this stuff, which I have no problem with. I don't mind people boycotting Target. Like, I don't mind people boycotting Walmart. It's just like, are you doing it for political reasons, or are you doing it for, like, just, you sick of their fucking games? Like, but it leans more to the political side. But I let them continue.
At least one black community has taken up arms to protect their kids against the pro-Trump white nationalist groups trying to intimidate them.
Now, I like that. Like that what the Black Panther Party basically did. Hey, I can't nig that. Like we need our own militia. Black people been need our own militia. Like we really need to protect our own self because the police, like murk us, and white nationalists want a civil war. So yeah, yeah, that's a good one.
Black folks aren't missing. Black folks are working. Point two, protests in the streets have their time and their place. But if we learned anything from 2020, it's that what we need right now is real political power. Like knocking doors and organizing black voters in Louisiana to defeat a constitutional amendment. An amendment, mind you, that would have made it easier to send minors to adult jails and prisons for longer sentences.
Damn, I forgot to cover that. Damn. Like I live in Louisiana and I forgot to cover that. Yeah. Um, yeah, like this basically target black young people. Like obviously Amendment 3. It didn't pass, thank God. Like, like see, that's why I say local politics is important than federal politics. Because like see that shit affects you faster than on the national level. I think a lot of time us as political commentators, we I'm like this too. We focus too much on what's going on the federal level because the federal level gets all the glamour, it gets all the all the eyeballs on it. Which if you live in like a state, like if you live in Florida or Mississippi or Louisiana, or Texas or Alabama, like if you do this for a living, like I'm doing, you need to talk about what's going on in your state. And yeah, like Louisiana always be on that bullshit. Like the same state that thank God that shit got struck down and wanted to put Bibles back in schools. No, the Ten Commandments from the Bible back in schools. Like, oh jeez, like that's crazy. Like, no free student lunch, no free school lunch, or free school breakfast. But hey, every kid when the kid goes to college, they gotta know the Ten Commandments. Come on, bro. That's just so wild. Like, well, like separation of church and state.
That effort was led, you guessed it, by black people.
Early voting was powered by black voters. They turn out in huge numbers. The folks who made that happen join us right now.
Point number 3. It's clear that black people aren't taking a break from the work. The evidence is everywhere, if you're looking for it. But have you considered that black people might be taking a break from doing our work on your terms?
Okay, so the overall consensus of that video is basically is that hey, we're gonna do what we do, you do what you do, but we think our way is actually working compared to what you're doing. Which I mean, like the black militia and voting against basically putting young people in these private prisons. Yeah, hey, but again, like most of those black people that you saw on that video are Democrats. So yeah, that don't impress me none at all. Like until black folks stray away from the Democratic Party, until we get our own party, or um, our own party, or you say fuck it, we're gonna join a third party that has black agenda. Like, yeah, like nothing would change. But so yeah, and one more video I got to show you before I get to the news topics is ICE is on that bull junk. Like, watch this, man. This shit hurts my heart, man. Like, man, the news, man. Watching the news, seeing these videos on a day-to-day basis, man. This shit takes a toll on you. Check this out, guys.
As terrifying as this moment was for Marilu to see ICE agents smash her husband's car window and forcibly grab him in front of her, what's more upsetting is where Juan Francisco Mendez is now, locked up in a Dover, New Hampshire facility.
I can't reach it, it's up by her.
His attorney says federal agents took the wrong person in a case of mistaken identity.
Oh God. See, that's what I'm talking about right there. Like they're taking the wrong people is because Trump, or like Left Indy said, Caligula Trump, give these people a quota, so they finding anybody that's brown or has a tattoo, and you know, they they capture them and put them in a box or take them to El Salvador, God forbid. Which, wow, like if y'all didn't see that video, go watch my last live stream I did. Man, that's wild.
Identity. Marilu recounting the confrontation with her neighbor translating.
Cómo reaccionar en ese momento, no hallé cómo. Sí.
In that moment, she was very shocked. She didn't know what to do, what to think. She was just there, just terrified.
Marilu says when the agents
Hell, I'd be terrified too. I mean, they busting out their car with look like I thought it looked like a sledgehammer, but it looked like some kind of pickaxe. Oh jeez, man.
came up to the car, they asked for a man named Antonio who used to live in their building. But the family kept telling agents that wasn't him. But by the time their attorney arrived on scene,
First of all, I guess they son only one that speaks good English. And second of all, like that's not Antonio. They telling you that that's not him, and you still just trying to lock him up for quota. Like like at this point, they just free range, man. They can do whatever they want, and it's wild. Like this right here is fascism on steroids. Like fascism already been here. Like the Democrats ain't no saints either. They built cages. Biden deported more people than Trump's first term. Like Trump is definitely going to surpass the amount of people he deported than Biden. So, like they just take turns. Like I build cages, you start deporting, and I start deporting. Then it's insane.
Mendez was already detained and no word from ICE on what charges he faces.
They said they were looking for a certain individual by a different name. And I said, that's not my client. He said, he has prior entries to this country. I said, that's not true. I know my client's history. That is not him.
That's like me asking where somebody at. I say, hey, you know where so-and-so at? They said, I don't know. But I said, yeah, that's him right there. That's him. I'm finna get him. Then he said, like he probably got an ID. Like he could just look on his ID and tell you what his name was. It's not Antonio. But no, no. We're gonna, violate his rights. We just, hey, Trump gave us free reign, so hell, why not? This is sickening.
29-year-old has no criminal record. Rather, he's waiting for his final documentation to solidify his asylum status. Marilu and their 9-year-old son are protected under asylum status after persecution in their home country of Guatemala.
So they got asylums, and they're trying to, recertify so it could really come into effect. So they're not there illegally, which is crazy. They're not here illegally, like they're here on an asylum. Don't matter to these armed thugs too, along with the police, ICE.
They came to this country to live what they believed was the American dream, to work hard, and all of their dreams
to be exploited too, unfortunately. Like, man, propaganda overseas, man. Like people think that America is this dystopia. Like if you gotta be a little challenging, but once you reach a certain pinnacle, then you can fulfill the American dream. Like the American dream is a lie. It's always been a lie. The American dream is like religion. Like they indoctrinate that into you. You believe it, and then once somebody tries to like either say disagree or debunk it, then you go crazy. Oh, it's an American dream. You just lazy, or oh God is not real. Oh, you atheist. You going to hell. Like same thing. It's the same thing. Like most of these immigrants work in these farms, these meat processing plants. Like they're being exploited. And they own asylum, so they're not they're naturalized citizens. They ain't got no green card. So most likely they're working somewhere, getting paid low wages, but they left because destabilization, most likely. So, oh boy.
And hard work is now they see for nothing.
Now the Mendez family is left in limbo, wondering if their husband and father is ever coming home.
Mucho por su papá.
She's trying her best to be strong for her son because her son keeps on asking where his dad is.
We have reached out to ICE to get more information about this arrest, but we're still waiting to get more details.
So yeah, y'all, that's sad. Oh boy, that's sad, man. Her son, her son is in the ICE detention camp. So I hope they don't deport him to El Salvador. That's for damn sure. Cause yeah, we know what they do down there, man. It's a slave camp. So all right, guys. Before I get to the topics, I'm gonna talk about the FSU shooting. China is not taking no shit. They're not playing the numbers game with Trump. Carmelo Anthony released in debunking lies about his crowdfunding and his family, and then this crazy ass article from Fortune says about Gen Z, which I don't see what's wrong with it, but again, indoctrination, like working from home is a sign. It's not a sign of laziness; it's a sign of control. Yeah, I know the statistics. I'm gonna go over them again. So, before I get to all that stuff, be sure to like the video again and subscribe. So, all right, guys, let me get to the first video. All right, guys. So, this first story is from Fortune. Yeah, I think Fortune is like do they do stocks or some shit like that? Hell, I don't fucking know. There's so many of these damn. I think this is like a magazine type site. I don't know, but when I saw this, when I was scrolling on the internets yesterday, I literally like laughed. I literally laughed. So I'm like, are you serious, man? Like, are you serious? It says roughly half of Gen Z workers say they don't want to turn to the office because it means they can't binge watch their favorite TV shows during work anymore. I mean, first of all, like most of online is paper pushing, so you're mostly typing, scrolling, like you can literally watch TV while you working. But they making it seem like, oh man, they just lazy, man. They probably don't even get no work done. They just getting a free ride, not have to drive 30, 40 minutes to work because of all the traffic and have to, go to the restaurants, around the work, around the job site and all that stuff. Like they trying to make it, seem like that. So let me read this, man. I don't think this is a long article. It should be because it's a lie. It's a lie. It's fabricated to say it's propaganda. I mean, it said Gen Z admit they have been streaming TV shows and movies during their work days at home, and about half of them lie to their bosses about it. I mean, okay. Although there's a case to be made that remote work can be unproductive. He said unproductive. Some human resource leaders argue that it's just white noise for Gen Z workers and they can still be productive while streaming. Exactly. Working for home is not unproductive. Like the people who wrote this probably are kind of managers somewhere or something, like saying like yeah, like people want to control their workers. Like they like making their workers' life a living hell, looking over them like they're slaves or some shit. Like really, that's what it is. And I hate to say it like this. I know a lot of people don't like this type of tone, but really, in today's working now is kind of like it's still like slavery, but you're getting paid. Um, but it said working from home can be lonely, but aren't any coworkers around to yap with, and Zoom calls don't always fulfill social urge. But throwing on a favorite television show or movie can fill some of the quiet space, or it can serve as the ultimate distraction. See what they trying to say? Like, see, if they was in the office, You see, they can talk to their annoying ass coworkers. They just talk about random shit every day. Like how you have like coworkers that just they don't really know what to talk to you about, but they always find some weird shit to say, and you try to be as introverted as I am sometimes. Like I try to cope with it. Like, yeah, man, yeah, yeah, like if working from home can prevent me from those annoying coworkers, then yeah, fine. Like, yeah, it gets quiet. Like, I mean, like, what's wrong with playing some music or maybe watching like what The Resident or Game of Thrones or some shit. Like, I don't watch regular TV no more, so I don't really know what's on. I just I watch those two shows, but I mean, see, they trying to say that, hey, Gen Z need to be held accountable. They need to go back to the office and work. That's what they trying to say in this article. Like, nobody's stupid. It says, as many as 84% of Gen Z workers admitted they stream shows and movies while working from home, according to survey results published March 18 by streaming service Tubi. Wow, Tubi is a reliable source. And 50% of Gen Zers said they had put off work to finish a show they had been watching, according to a survey of 2,502 adults who stream videos at least 1 hour per week. Um, it says, as hybrid work models continue to be the norm, the boundary between work and entertainment become more fluid assets across the board. Cynthia Clevenger, Senior Vice President of B2B Marketing at Tubi, told Fortune, it's not just passive background noise, it's part of how they take breaks, stay stimulated, or even manage their focus throughout the day. Excuse me, guys. Man, but hybrid and remote work have brought about a sense of distrust from employers who can't exactly who can't monitor what their workers are doing as closely as they can in an office setting. In fact, some employers are getting completely fed up with remote work because they think their workers are less productive, which is a lie. Studies have shown that working from home makes you more productive, putting in fewer hours each day, and make fewer connections with coworkers. Oh my god. Oh my god, these people are just control freaks. They just want to drag these people to the office, you know, control them right there, just look over them like they some watchdogs or some shit. Like that's all it is. Like the work is getting done. Trust me, if working from home or hybrid work, which means you go both to the office some days and work from home the next, which I prefer a hybrid system. That's just me. But everybody's different. But it's like, who cares? As long as the work is getting done. Who cares? Who cares if they watch Tubi or Netflix or Hulu? Like, who cares? Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, these dumbass articles like this come out, and some people eat a mile of it. Let me see. It says Jamie Dimon, CEO of J.P. Morgan Chase, has been outspoken about his disdain for remote work, having recently forced his employees back to work office 5 days a week. He also said remote work particularly doesn't work for younger generations. Yeah, Jamie Dimon. Yeah, the guy that's yeah. I'm listening to a word he says. It said WorkHuman, a employee recognition engagement software company, found that millennials and Gen Zers are most likely generations to fake work, a phenomenon they coined as Fox damn, I can't even say that, Fox ductivity. More than 30% of these two generations say they are meant to faking activity at work, according to 2024 study of 3,000 full-time employees in the U.S. and UK and Ireland. So yeah, I'm gonna end it right there. Like, yeah, this shit, like, it boggles my mind. Like, Jamie Dimon and these other people are the type of people that like control. Like, see, yeah, like being watchdogs over these people. Like, I don't like remote work because and I bet his ass do work from home. That's crazy. Like the same people that don't like remote work, I'm pretty sure they have their annual, market share meetings, whatever the fuck you call them, at home most of the time, where they're on their yacht or some shit. Like, but the peasants, they got to go back to the office so we can put a leash on them and make sure they're not watching Tubi while they're typing on their computer. Give me a break. All right, guys, on to the next. All right, guys, so the next story I want to talk about is from Al Jazeera. It says Trump says, I mean, I said Trump. China says it will pay no attention to Trump's tariff numbers game. And also, too, before I get to reading this story, like the video. It's free and don't cost you a thing. So it says here, it says Beijing comments after White House says Chinese exports could face duties up to 245%. Gee, like, man, just make it impossible for people to buy things. And the craziest thing is that China, everything is made in China. Like literally, from these sunglasses I got on to this computer I got to these lights, these LED lights. Even this microphone is made in China. So yeah, like I'm pretty sure now that all of this stuff I mentioned is quadrupled in price thanks to Trump's stupid ass tariff game. I'm finna read it. It says China Ministry of Foreign Affairs said it will pay no attention to the United States President Donald Trump's tariff numbers game after White House suggested Chinese exports are facing tariffs up to 245%. The White House disclosed the latest tariffs in a fact sheet earlier this week. It says a fact sheet includes Trump's recent 125% tariff and earlier 20% tariff imposed in response to Beijing's alleged failure to curb fentanyl exports to the U.S., as well as potential duties of between 7.5% and 100% that could be imposed following national security reviews launched under the Trade Act of 1974. But he said fentanyl exports. I doubt Beijing is exporting fentanyl. I think that sounds like an excuse to me. It said Beijing remarks on Thursday echoed those made last week by the Ministry of Finance, which described Trump escalating tariffs as a joke because they no longer have any economic significance. Damn, son. God damn, it said, like, really? Wow, 200. Wow. Hey, I fuck when I said what he want to raise it to 800%. Like, go ahead. Like, you ain't hearing us none. Oh God, like China don't need the U.S. man. I don't know what the hell Trump thinking. Like Trump really think this is gonna. Well, Trump is want his base to believe that imposing these tariffs will bring back manufacturing to the United States, which in fact he want to do a pump and dump scheme for his robber baron billionaire buddies. But you know, but people say I'm being a conspiracy theorist. Like it's actually right on video. Like you ain't got to read no article. Like Trump said what he did. It says China's tariffs on U.S. goods stand at 125%, but Beijing had also taken another tariff penalty measures, including limiting the release of Hollywood films. It says economics have said that Trump tariffs, if not eased, will bring back a halt to most trade between U.S. and China due to exorbitant rising costs. The World Trade Organization said on Wednesday that the volume of global trade is expected to decline by 0.2% in 2025 under current conditions, or nearly 3 percentage points lower than a low tariff baseline scenario. It says the spillover effect of Trump's reciprocal tariffs, one most of which have been paused until July, could lead to an even sharper decline of 1.5% in global goods trade and hurt export-oriented least developed countries, the World Trade Organization said. The UN Trade and Development Office also revised its prediction for global growth downwards from 2.5% to 2.3% in 2025, noting in its assessment that growth below a threshold of 2.5% often signals a global recession. So, because of these tariffs, trade is gonna go down because, like, maybe probably too because China says like we're gonna stop sending our natural resources to the United States since they want to play games. Yeah, recession is coming. Let me read a little bit more. That's it. So yeah, short article. I like that. I like Al Jazeera. I like the way they summarize it up for you. So yeah, man. China said, "Fuck off, Trump. Fuck off, man. Just fuck off. Like we ain't playing this shit. Like, we ain't playing no games with you. Like, you know, like without China and trading with us, like we like what? Like those AI videos of white people mostly. God, I guess they MAGA making Nikes and iPhones. Like, so, and according to Apple, like, if they like to make iPhones, you need a lot of manufacturing power, and we don't manufacture nothing in the United States. So, yeah, I mean, be prepared to pay $3,000 for an iPhone or $2,000 for a computer that was $500, or running shoes, which hurts me because I need running shoes because I work out. So I was complaining about $120 for a running shoe. Now 250, it looks like. So yeah. So yeah, man. Anyway, on to the next story. All right, guys. Before I get to this sad story right here, be sure to like the video. It's free. It don't cost you a damn thing. So, this is actually a few hours ago. It says from CNN. It says at least 6 people injured in mass shooting at Florida State University. That's the college in Tallahassee. Yeah, man. I mean, like, oh, I'm sorry about that. What the hell I did? Oh, so yeah, man. Yeah, this is just breaking. Like, so far it says 6 people injured. I think, damn, did I see another article said people dead? I don't think I see that yet, which I hope they don't die. I hope whoever injured, I hope they come out alive, and not, you know, on life support or anything like that, or in critical condition. It says, they make this bigger. It's kind of small. There we go. It says at least six people was injured in a mass shooting at Florida State University on Thursday, according to hospital officials who had earlier confirmed to CNN it was um, in receiving and treating patients from the campus. All 6 patients have suffered gunshot injuries. A spokesperson for Tallahassee, Morkel, said one of those patients is in critical condition while 5 are serious. Oh boy. Oh boy, serious is not good. It's not. Oh boy. One in critical condition. That's what I mean. Yeah. A suspect is in custody according to 2 law enforcement sources with direct knowledge of the situation. The extent of the injuries is unclear, according to law enforcement sources citing preliminary records. FSU alert the university emergency notification system warned the campus of a reported active shooter near Student Union just noon on Thursday. So wow, that's a few hours ago. Police are on the scene or on the way. The alert posted on X read: continue to seek shelter and await further instructions. Lock and stay away from all doors and windows and be prepared to take additional protective measures. CNN have reached out to the Tallahassee Police Department, the Leon County Sheriff's Office, and the university. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement said it is actively engaged in the incident on FSU campus. It says Florida State University student Emily Palmer, 21, was near FSU Student Union when she was alerted to a dangerous situation on campus. I'm shaking. It's just a lot going on. Palmer told CNN from the safety of her student housing. I'm concerned about my friends, he said. I have friends in class right now who are getting evacuated by police with their hands up. Why they got their hands up? That's weird. Like, hands up. I don't know. Let me see. It says Joshua Sermons was in the university main library when he said alarms began going off warning of an active shooter, according to the Associated Press. The 20-year-old junior said law enforcement officers escorted him and other students out of the library with their hands over their heads. It says messages sent via FSU alert urged people on campus to continue to shelter in place. Law enforcement is actively clearing rooms on the main campus, one message said. Richard Ryan, the university's director of transportation and parking, told CNN he sheltered in place Thursday as emergency vehicles descended on campus. Yeah, man, this is sad. Like, um, yeah, it says many emergency vehicles on scene, but can't see which see much as we locked down in a building across the street, Ryan told CNN. Adding he heard shots and saw people running as the incident unfolded Thursday afternoon. Uh, um, Governor Ron DeSantis extended his thoughts to the university in a post on X, writing, "Our prayers are with the FSU family and state law enforcement is actively responding." This is the one thing that really, as the saying, creams my corn about these politicians. Like, every time a mass shooting happens, whether it's in a public school or a college, like these people always say, "Our thoughts and prayers are with the people that are affected." Like, dude, like we know why most of these mass shootings happen. Like we know why. It's just that most of you guys are either um get your money from the NRA or you, you know um like mental health plays a big part of it. It does, but a lot of times people have motives. But let me finish the few more sentences. It says Florida Attorney General James Altmaier similarly posted that his office was responding to FSU campus. So, yeah, that's the latest update from CNN. I probably, as the recording of this, was another update. So yeah. I mean, it's sad. I ain't done yet. I got a video, but yeah, man, it's sad that you can't even go to school or college without worrying about a mass shooting occurring. Like when I was growing up, man, I'm not even all that old, bro. We didn't have mass shooter drills. All we had was tornado drills, earthquake drills, fire drills. That's it. That's all we had because I mean, when you live in the South, there's always a chance of tornadoes and there's always a chance of fire and earthquakes are rare here, but they can happen. Like man, like these kids, man, are traumatized, bro. Like imagine imagine like a normal society having active shooter drills because our federal government don't give a fuck about mental health. And I'm not gonna get into the guns thing because I don't know what kind of gun the guy had. Like I have a take. Like I believe in the Second Amendment. I'm not. I mean, I need to have a gun. For my protection. Like I'm not. For my protection. But yeah, I know what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna get into that right now. But like, we don't know this person's motive was. Were they mentally ill or were they had an agenda? I don't know. Like, people watch these conspiracy theorists, these people, yeah, I know what I'm talking about. Say all kinds of shit, wokeness and all that stuff. And I don't know. I don't know what his motive was. They said the suspect is in custody, so I don't even know what the guy looked like right now. But at this point, news comes so fast. I might see what the guy looked like, but we probably won't know until later. So, all right, I'm finna pull up this video here. From Fox. Let me see. What is from Fox? Not Fox News. Let me see. Got this from YouTube. I'm live now from Fox. It just got students reacting to it. Like, let me see.
Yeah, I was in class and it was about 1 o'clock and the shots rang out and we were like, is that construction going on or what was happening? And so we got up, looked out the window, and I remember looking outside and hearing 5 more shots go off. And I was like, what's going on? So I saw kids running away from the student union and I walked away from the window. Then I walked back to the window and heard 6, 7 more shots ring out. And at that point we were like, okay, there's a shooting going on. So we ran from our classroom, went to the offices, locked the doors, barricaded ourselves in there, and then we waited and was looking out the window again and saw the SWAT teams pull up, the police cars, the FBI come, and at that point we're like, okay, we got to bunk ourselves in. And we were praying, we're like, okay, something's got to change here. And the SWAT team came into the room, they're like, stay where you are, don't move. And we were in there for about 30 minutes. And at that point, we were escorted out. About 100 SWATs were inside the building. and our hands were up.
But I still don't understand like why their hands was up. Like, like all of them are the shooter. Like I don't. I still don't understand. That one still puzzles my mind. But I guess I don't know to protect themselves. Like that don't make any sense to me. But let me let it continue.
And so then we're escorted outside past the Union and then into a safe space.
What was going through your mind when all this was unfolding?
Yeah, I was completely in shock. I didn't think this could happen at Florida State. I mean, we're a pretty safe campus, but yeah, this was just like unheard of to me. I never had been.
Yeah, man. Like nobody thinks that a shooter is gonna come to my school or college, and rain terror on the people there. Like nobody thinks that, bro. You can't think that, man. Like you never know. Like like the people in that Tops grocery store, like in where was that? Pennsylvania somewhere? I think it was Pennsylvania. Like those older people that were shopping for Sunday dinner, like they never thought that their lives would be taken by the guy that he had a motive, great replacement theory motive, but like you don't know, man. You don't know how long time you got on this earth. Like I hope those 6 people again. One in critical condition, one in the rest of them is serious. Like I hope they come out of it alive, man. Man. So yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, you can have all of the security, the police, all you want to, but these like apparently it's not working because these mass shootings is still happening. And again, like what we saw in Uvalde, like that the active shooter was in the classroom, shooting, and the police were just standing there like cowards, even though people say we need police, we gotta fund the police, but police don't protect people. Like literally, even I think some say that police ain't got an obligation to protect people. I think I heard something like that. Like that's just wild. But let me let it continue. I'm just saying.
Been in a school shooting before, active shooter. This is like first time for me, and I was honestly in shock. My hands were shaking. Just adrenaline kicked in, and I really didn't know what to do. I started tearing up. Just like I was scared, to be honest. Yeah.
And so you just saw, you just heard the shots. You didn't see anything.
Yeah, and I didn't see the shooter, but I saw the kids running away. I heard some screaming. And the shots, like 3 rounds of like 5 shots, and then 7 shots. So it must have been some back and forth going on. Yeah.
And how are you doing now?
Good. I've recovered a lot. A lot of people have been texting me. People from out of state, University of Michigan friends have been texting me. People from South Florida have been texting me. People from high school have been texting me. Doing a lot better. It's been a great community that has surrounded me since then. I definitely didn't think I'd be traumatized as much as I have. Definitely not being on the scene, but being kind of away from it. But yeah, it's been.
This is why, we need Medicare for all, because that way people go through traumatic events like that, they can get the help they need. But we live in a country where you have to rely on Chat GPT to give you therapy, which is not normal, but that's just the way it is. Like, I'm pretty sure this guy's life is going to change forever because of this. Him and hundreds of other students and faculty and staff there at this college. So yeah.
It's been scary. So I'm doing a lot better now. Yeah.
That's good. Is there anything that you wish would have happened differently?
Yeah, no, I think the police responded very quickly. I think they did a great job. I don't really know what could have happened. Maybe there's more police presence at certain areas for there not to be a shooter. I think that's just like the most obvious thing, but yeah.
All right, anything else you want to add? Anything maybe else?
No. That's great.
All right, just listening in there, some gripping testimony from an eyewitness that was near or in the student unit, had to barricade, lock themselves in a room as they heard the gunshots take place not far from that individual, saying there were rounds of 5 5 and 7. We don't know if those were all coming from the suspect, who is now, according to our Fox team, Bill Malugin, posting this, saying that one person is in custody so far in relation to this active shooter. At least 6 people have been injured. And of course, we also heard from the Tallahassee Memorial Healthcare System talking about how they're actively taking care of patients. They didn't give a number as they're concerned about the privacy of some of those individuals, but certainly a scary scene on the ground there in Tallahassee, Florida. We're also getting more eyewitness sound from the ground in this location. Let's take you right now out to another, a girl, I believe a student there, providing her perspective.
Halavi.
I mean, like the guy said, the police responded fast, but again, it's like I said, you can have all the police you want. Apparently, you know, I mean, he was in the studio. Like this guy, if he had a motive, like he knew where to start firing at, because like he's fired at the student union. So I guess that's what most of the kids be. Like we don't know what his motive was. I'm just saying. So I'm gonna let her speak on the situation.
And you're a student?
Yes.
And what year are you?
I'm a junior.
Junior.
Yeah.
And so, I guess talk about what happened here.
So I was actually on the phone in like the stairwell. I was in the library between like the 4th and 5th floor, and like people started flooding up the stairs, but like nobody told me what happened. So then I started walking back up to the 5th floor. By the time I got there was like these girls, and like it was just chaos. Everyone was like, there's like a shooter and stuff. And so like these guys started like pressing the elevator button to have elevators come up and like put tables in the walkway to like block anyone from getting on the elevator. And then like some other guys like closed the doors to the 5th floor and then put tables and stuff there. But we were all like kind of panicked. I was like freaking out and shaking a lot, but for some reason I just had a peace. And part of that is like because I'm a Christian, and I think Jesus gave me peace in the midst of a chaotic situation. You know, people use free will for whatever they want to do. And so, like, it's very heartbreaking, but I hope that, you know, like, God is brought through this and that people would maybe seek him out through it. But, yeah, I was with actually a few of my friends, Nick and Allison. I was studying for an exam. But yeah, it was chaos. We were standing up there, and then we actually were by the windows. So like at the windows, we saw cops running, students running. It was just like complete chaos. Everyone was like running all over the place. And then we saw like a gurney, and then like the gurney came back. And
so basically, with the way the students talking, like it is a police presence on the campus. But I have another question, like, I mean, I know that most of these colleges are open campuses, like anybody could go into it, you know. Which, yeah. I mean, I have mixed opinions about that, but yeah, like, but if police was there, then how did this guy start getting off rounds as much as he did? Now they say he in custody, but they don't know. I saw that tweet. They don't know if that person is the shooter or not. So is the shooter still on the loose? Which is, man, that's catastrophic as it is. I hope not, but yeah, man, this is wild. Like, damn. You know, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna let her finish. You know, it's like every day it's a new fucking story, man. Like every day. You know, it used to be like maybe like once a week. You know, it's a bad news story come out, but every day since 2020, to be honest with you, well, shit, even before that, it's been nothing but bad news, man. It's just, it's a hard pill to swallow. I'm telling you.
The guy had his arm cut off, and I think like he was bleeding, and like he had like bandages and stuff, and so like that was really hard to see. Yeah.
I can only imagine what was going through your head when you were kind of realizing that there was a shooting on your campus.
I mean, when I saw everyone flooding up the stairs, I kind of thought that like the shooter was like in the library. I mean, like nobody told me where it was. They said like Landis or like whatever, and I was just in utter disbelief. I was like, you never think that it's gonna be like you and your campus, but you really never know. So it was just, it felt surreal.
So yeah, she right. You never think you'll be now. You watch all of the mass shootings over the years, you know, and you say, damn man, like I hope that I'd never be in that situation. I don't think you being selfish and like you saying, you don't care about those people that have been affected, but you just say to yourself like, you hope you don't, but man, yeah, man, I fortunately for me, I went to college and I be on I mean I go a lot of places and stuff like that, man. So not yet I haven't experienced it. I haven't been in a mass shooting event, but you never know, man. You never know these days. So I hope those 6 people, um, I hope they be okay. But I think based on what I heard, like he fired a lot of rounds, so it might be more casualties. We don't know yet. Information is coming out. So when anything else come out, I will be sure to update you guys. So all right, guys, on to the next story. All right, guys. So this is from CBS News. This is an update on Karmelo Anthony, even though this came out a few days ago. Telling you guys, I'm always late to shit, so I mean, it's just so much stuff to talk about. Like every day, it's enough news coverage to last a year. Like it's wild, but this is some positive news. It says Karmelo Anthony charged in the fatal Frisco trap meet stabbing, released on bond. So, there's this video right here that I'm gonna play, and here we go.
Karmelo Anthony did not say a word when he walked out of jail. There have been a lot of security concerns surrounding this case, and someone close to the family told us they wanted him to get home safely. The families of both Karmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf arrived at the Collin County Courthouse with extra security.
And unfortunately, as is common in our culture, especially lately, the vitriol and the public reaction one way or the other has been intense. And threats and talk of race war and all kinds of insanity.
I mean, America's a racist ass country. Like, see, if Karmelo did what he did to another black man, a black person, like it wouldn't be all of that stuff. It would just be right wing rags saying that see, black on black crime, same with them damn coon ass, you know what, Negroes, man. Like, but in this case, yes, of course it's high profile. You got all the Daily Wire and Daily Beast and New York Post making defamatory, slanderous claims and lies and stuff like that. Like I got some things to show y'all, but let them continue.
Isn't good for obviously the Anthony family. It's not good for the Metcalf family. It's not good for the peace and safety of our community.
Cameras were not allowed inside the courtroom when Judge Angela Tucker reduced Anthony's bond from $1 million to $250,000. Anthony's attorney argued the initial bond did not represent the intent of bond in Texas, which is to ensure the defendant shows up for court. He had Anthony's father testify about his character, telling the judge he was the captain of his football and track.
So it's sad that this guy, Karmelo Anthony and his family have to get security protection because we got some psychos on the internet that are anonymous, by the way. You know what though, man? Like, I hope those psychos that's making all these death threats, I hope they get caught. Because like, let me continue, man. I gotta watch what I say on here. I'm telling y'all.
Teams and an A student.
And prior to this, what was on his mind was what college he was going to go to. This is a tragedy all the way around for both families.
Anthony claims his actions were in self-defense. Prosecutors also revealed that Anthony was involved in an assault-type altercation at school on February 4th, but otherwise no prior criminal history. All of this
involved, so I mean, yeah. So he was, yeah, I heard that too. He was basically bullied, but you got these assholes online thinking he's a thug and he's this, he's that. Like I think the guy was smart, parents wealthy, like he's going to college. Just trying to, just minding his own business, and then people wanna start fucking with him. And yeah, let me continue.
comes 2 days after Metcalf was laid to rest. This case continuing to receive a lot of attention on social media. After the hearing, both sides pleaded with the public to stop the threats, harassment, and inflammatory rhetoric towards the families involved.
It's hard for everybody to be level-headed at a time like this.
It's not going to stop. It's going to continue because people are sick. Like, he's sick. I mean, what else to say about it? Like, according to them, they like even the Metcalf family getting threats too, which is wrong too. Like, I don't wish threats upon nobody, but again, like, this is America, man. Like, I mean, what can you expect? I mean, like, it's really hard to come up with words because, like, stuff like this happens, no matter whether it's self-defense or not, no matter whether, facts, whether they have the facts. See, facts don't matter. Like, they see Karmelo Anthony as a thug, as I say, like, they see him as, you know, they see him as a criminal, a thug, all kinds of stuff. And then, yeah, like, he's a killer. Which the guy, you can look at Carmelo Anthony, man, like, the guy just want to do what he want to, like, do what he gotta do. Like, he don't want, like, I'm pretty sure he want to do what he did to that Metcalf dude. Like, let me continue.
So that's where we come in. It's our job to be level-headed, to be fact-based, and to follow the truth wherever it leads.
As part of his bond, Anthony has to meet certain conditions. He has to remain on house arrest. He has to wear an ankle monitor. He has to be with an approved adult, and he must check in with the court every Friday. In McKinney, Aaron Jones, CBS News, Texas.
So he's basically still in imprisonment. Of course, right? And let me read it. It says, Carmelo Anthony, the 17-year-old charged with first-degree murder in the fatal stabbing of a teen at a Frisco track meet earlier this month, was released from jail on bond Monday. Early on Monday, a Collin County judge lowered Anthony's bond from $1 million, which is fucking insane, to $250,000, which is still insane, but I mean, this is the criminal justice system for you. Anthony walked out of the jail silently with a few people by his side. However, his mother and father were not seen with him. His family and the family of Austin Metcalf arrived at the Collin County Courthouse with extra security. Yeah, I think y'all heard this, but I'll repeat it. It says, unfortunately, as common in our culture, especially lately, the vitriol and public reaction one way or another has been intense, and threats of talking race, war, all kinds of insanity isn't good for, obviously, the Anthony family. Obviously, the defense attorney Mike Howard. It's not good for the Metcalf family. It's not good for the peace and safety of our community. It's hard for everybody to be level-headed at this time like this. So that's where we come in, said Greg Willis, the Collin County District Attorney. It's our job to be level-headed, to be fact-based, and to follow the truth wherever it leads. This comes just days after Metcalf laid to rest. After the hearing, both sides pleaded to the public to stop the arrests, threats, harass, and inflammatory rhetoric towards the families involved. It says, MC, it says Anthony has been in the Collin County jail since April 2nd for his alleged stabbing and killing 17-year-old Austin Metcalf at a Frisco ISD track meet. According to witness statement, Anthony and Metcalf were involved in a verbal dispute, and at one point, which is a lie right here, said they didn't update it. It says Anthony pulled out a knife and stabbed Metcalf once in the chest. Um, to clarify, the truth was, see, this is why I wait till all the facts come out. I'm not like these psychomaniacs online just to say anything just to get clicks. And we in a clickbait based society too as well. Carmelo Anthony had a cleat sharpener, because you run with cleats on a track. The track is made out of some kind of rubbery material, and cleats give you traction. So he had a cleat sharpener, not a knife. So Carmelo Anthony did not bring a knife to a track event, which, one side of your mind is thinking like self-defense, and the other side like, but that would really happen. And, shame on CBS News for not updating this, but I mean, what to expect from white mainstream media, right? What to expect? It says, but they're not gonna do it. They're not gonna retract this though, or update what's going on. They said Anthony complied with officers at the scene and was taken into custody. While in the police vehicle, Anthony reportedly asked the officer if Metcalf was going to be okay and if what he did would be considered self-defense. It says condition of release. It says, yeah, we read that. So yeah, I gave y'all an update. To clarify again, he did not have a knife. He had a cleat sharpener. So apparently, a cleat sharpener looks like a knife. I don't know what a cleat sharpener looks like. I never used one before, but so yeah. So Carmelo Anthony is released, but he's not really free because he's under house arrest. But I got this article here. This right wing rag, the New York Post, man. It is. Oh jeez, man. Oh boy. Let me see. I got ad blocker on. And I still see ads on my website, bro. Like, come on. I guess ad blocker wants you to pay for their premium plan, which is $4 a month. And I already got premium. I already got premium on the other web browser, so I'm probably have to fix that. It says Carmelo Anthony living with family in $900,000 home in gated community, brought new car after release on bond in Austin Metcalf murder case. Man, first of all, I guess they saying that with the give some go money, apparently they bought themselves a house and a car, which turns out that both of his parents have money, so they're rich. Like Carmelo Anthony family's rich. So yeah, so they already had this stuff even before this assault happened. What? See, they trying to spin it like this is, not only Carmelo Anthony is guilty on all counts, his parents are living a life of luxury off of poor people's donations. Damn, this is small text. Let me see. There you go. Hope y'all can see that. It says Texas teen accused of fatally stabbing a high school football star at a track meet allegedly lives in a $900,000 home with his family inside a luxury gated community. Despite requesting that a judge lower his $1 million bond because of financial difficulties, according to a report. They never mentioned about financial difficulties. $1 million bond is preposterous. That's preposterous in any situation. And second of all, why in the hell does it matter where they live at? Why does it matter? Why, that's wild, man. That is wild. But these racist ass people, man, I tell you. It says Carmelo Anthony, 17, is held up with his hold up. Oh God, these people came right with his family at this pricey home inside the gated community of Richwoods in Frisco, Texas, after he was released from jail Monday on a reduced $250,000 bond for allegedly killing, Austin Metcalf earlier this month. The Daily Mail reported. The home, where rent is estimated to be $3,500 a month, had a white Suburban, a black Acura, and a third sedan in the driveway on Tuesday, according to the outlet. And see, now I'm hearing too that they are planning to move because you can't live there anymore. Like, motherfuckers know where you live, and people aren't crazy. Like, people don't give a fuck anymore about doing right. Like, they want to do wrong. They want to either troll or try to hurt these people. Like, and craziest thing is Carmelo Anthony haven't even had his day in court. Like, that's why they said allegedly stabbed. They gotta say that to keep from being sued for defamation. Like, but it's crazy. I don't even know we have video evidence of the stabbing. Anyway, you shouldn't have this stuff on the internet anyway. But oh god, I guess that's the home right there, like or the area, man. Like, wow. A neighbor said a family had just bought a new ride. He got a new car. Snitch. The resident told the outlet, if you look at the license plate, it's got a paper tag and it said expired June 4. Okay. Okay. Who cares if they got a... Oh, they took that money from Give, Send, Go, and they bought a new ride. They got a house. Well, I mean, that's a lie, but God. Like, okay, let's say, what happened to that dude, I forgot his goddamn name. What his name is? The guy that got away with shooting those folks at that Black Lives Matter thing. I can't think of his name right now. If it comes to my head, I'll bring it up. But let me continue. It says Richards is about a minute from Centennial High School, where Anthony went to school and ran track. Residents in the gated community were allegedly unaware the family was living at the home until Anthony was released Monday. Yeah, because they was normal citizens until Carmelo had to defend himself. Now he's made out to be public enemy number one by the racist ass people on the internet and in these media outlets too. Let's not forget about them. Um, it says not good, not good. I don't think he should be out. Excuse me. A nun's mother in the neighborhood told the Daily Mail. Another neighbor also told the outlet that Anthony's mother family is not poor. No shit. If they live in a gated community, they're not poor people. That's for sure. He said the home has been getting flooded with deliveries, allegedly for Anthony, with Amazon trucks been seen making multiple drop-offs at his home. The outlet reported. The best thing they could do is move, said another neighbor. I think that would be best for everyone. It's unclear how long Anthony and family had lived in the home. It says Anthony had been locked in Collin County Jail and charged with first-degree murder for allegedly stabbing Metcalf, also 17, in the heart during a fight over a seat at a track meet on April 2nd. And the craziest thing is, Carmelo Anthony, about that, like, he was just sitting there minding his own business. Then they came and escalated. They escalated shit. His brother is his brother is full of shit too. Like, and my thing was getting me is why his father was so quick to forgive Carmelo. See, you know, um, I can't say how the Metcalf family raised their sons. I can't say they was racist. I don't know for sure. I gotta be careful what I say, right? Because people quick to do things, take legal action against you. But I'm just saying, like it's kind of quick. But it says, let me see. Anthony allegedly told police was acting in self-defense, and his family claimed the narrative is being spread false or just a homo on the GiveSendGo.com fundraiser for their legal fees, which has raised more than $440,000 as of Wednesday. And also, too, I heard that they haven't even touched that money. So most likely, based on their finances, they might give the money back to people. So yeah. It says initially he was being held on a $1 million bond until Collin County judge slashed it to $250 and ruled that he may await trial at home with an ankle monitor under 24-hour supervision. Okay. The lower bond came 1 week after Anthony's authorities said they could ask the court to reduce the excessive $1 million bond and ask the local district attorney to make a better determination of the charges. The fund set up to help the teen family with legal fees is also being used to move and hire additional security for him and his family amid the backlash over Metcalf's death, said his defense attorney, Mike Howard. So that's good. Like, yeah, yeah, use the money. Like, as long as it's being used for his trial, like to protect him and his family right now, because things are just out of control. So, that's cool. That's the guy right there, and that's Anthony right there. I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna get to the video on TikTok. It says, given that Karmelo has no prior criminal history, and given that this young man has not been in any sort of trouble before, $1 million is not necessary, Howard said. This family needs to be able to survive. He went on. There been a tremendous amount of pressure. I think at this point, living in a gated community, giving everything the safety of their younger children is very warranted. So, criminal security details and criminal defense are not cheap. However, it says Collin County First Assistant Prosecutor Bill Werski cross-examined the family and asked why they hadn't used the money raised to pay Anthony's bond. I mean, why do you care? Why do you care? Man, why the cops love asking questions, man? That's all they do. Hey, like when they pull you over, hey, where you going? Where you came from? Where you this? Like, none of your business. Like, in none of his business ask why they haven't used that money towards his release. It's none of your business. Then it says it isn't simple as giving a phone call to access it. Anthony's parents said they explained that getting the money was difficult and a chunk of it had gone towards Anthony's legal defense. So anyway, the money, well, they didn't touch it for a while, but now they're using it for security in his legal fees. So, geez. Shout out to this TikTok user here. He explained everything, very thorough detail. This is why, I love TikTok, because they have a lot of people that should be working on the ground. Like, this guy should do some journalism. Like, seriously, like he's that damn good. Like, and crazy, journalism ain't all that hard, but you have all these other people like, Daily Wire, the Daily Mail, New York Post, writing all of this defamatory shit. It's wild, and they supposed to be trusted sources. Yeah, right.
Has reportedly bought a new house with the $400,000 that has been raised.
So the amount of misinformation being spread about what Karmelo Anthony's family supposedly did with the money they raised is just on another level and clearly on purpose. Let me explain. So every conservative influencer...
That's crazy. That idiot said that they took the $400,000 and bought a house with it. Oh, God. People listen. The saddest thing is, this stuff out here gets pushed out more than what I'm doing. Like, I'm telling you guys the truth. I'm giving you guys the facts. But these pathological liars can get behind the microphone. The YouTube algorithm loves them. They get pumped up with money, influence, and YouTube to get these crazy ass psycho racists riled up for a race war and all that stuff. Oh, jeez.
And garbage media outlet is screaming all over the internet that Karmelo Anthony's family either bought or rented a $900,000 home and purchased a brand new car, some are saying Cadillac Escalade, with the money they raised on Give, Send, Go.
And it wasn't a Cadillac Escalade, and they did not use the money from the Give, Send, Go to buy it. It was a Suburban, I think. See, a lot of people get shit wrong. That's crazy.
But it's all very easily disproven nonsense, so that's what I'm going to do real quick, starting with the house, which if you do 5 seconds of work, you can tell these people have lived in for a while. Because first off, the images that people are cropping and sharing of the house originally come from a Facebook post back in 2023. And then shortly after the incident, the photos along with this text were shared on TikTok, but the original post is from 2023. And if you simply look this house up on Zillow, you will see that the last time this house was listed was basically October of 2022, or towards the end of 2022. And manifesting God's promises all the...
So, you do math here, that was, what, 2.5 years ago? 2.5 years ago. The last time the house was listed. Come on, man. I just don't know. But these these outlets, man, they just like they are partly the reason why people are threatening Carmelo's life.
2023 does sound like something that somebody who bought a house at the end of 2022 would say. But if that's not even enough for you, they also talked to the neighbors who said they were living a lavish lifestyle of Amazon Prime and Domino's pizza deliveries. But you know what the neighbors didn't say? Oh, those people, they just moved in. So yeah, it's very obvious that these people already lived there. The only shred
Cal Rittenhouse, yeah, that's the guy. Like Cal Rittenhouse raised a lot, millions of dollars, and I didn't think he did get. He probably got death threats, but I don't think. I haven't seen. Oh God, liberal media criticizing that. I mean, I guess right. So yeah, I knew it was Cal Rittenhouse. I couldn't think of his name because my brain's cooked. But
of truth in this whole thing is Carmelo Anthony's father did say they would be moving because they're receiving threats now. Something that is very common in high-profile cases like Kyle Rittenhouse's, for example. Only difference is when he did it, the Daily Wire framed it as him moving to a safe house. But what about the car that 3 different media outlets and every conservative influencer is claiming he bought with the GoFundMe money? Well, the story behind that is even dumber. Because 2 of the outlets cite the Daily Mail, and the Daily Mail thought this was enough evidence to put it in a headline. Talking to the neighbor,
that's crazy. He had a neighbor.
He got a new car, the resident told the outlet. If you look at the license plate, it's got a paper tag that says expires June 4th. Like, I don't think I have to explain to you how dumb that is, right? Because even if it is their car, we wouldn't know when they bought it, and they could have just lost the...
Yeah, we don't know if... Yeah, that's a good point. Like, we don't know if it's their car. It could be somebody else's car. Like, we don't know. Like, why are you... Wow, man. Boy. So how these lies, see, they trying to, we know they trying to say they're taking the money and buying lavish things with it, which is lies.
License plate and applied for a new one, or there's probably a million people going in and out of there, lawyers, all kinds of stuff. How do we even...
But you know what though? When Kyle Rittenhouse was got all that money from mostly conservatives, like black folks wasn't pocket watching him. Like, I didn't care how much money Kyle Rittenhouse raised. I didn't care what Kyle Rittenhouse had in his driveway. Like, I don't care, man. Like, I mean, he got off anyway. I mean, I have feelings about that, which, I didn't have no show at the time or network at the time to talk about it, but yeah, like, only because Karmelo murdered a Caucasian dude, now conservative media all up in theirs, they raised $400,000. Like $400,000 is a lot of money. Like, I'm pretty sure what the security and the legal fees and stuff like that, that $400,000 is gonna be gone. It's gonna be gone very soon.
Know it's their car. I also just want to quickly point out that it takes 5 days to even get any money after your first donation from Give Send Go. And the first time we heard about Anthony's Give Send Go gaining traction was on the 7th. And these reports about the spending came out on the 15th, which means they probably talked to the neighbor on the 14th, which gives you like a 48-hour window to do all this spending. So when I say that the misinformation going around is so bad, it's clearly on purpose. This is what I mean. It's very clear that this family already had money, and it's also clear that there's no evidence of them doing anything nefarious with the money donated. So that should really make you question why all these so-called media people are going around saying it.
Yeah, it's disgusting. It's disgusting that this family, you already have to fight the criminal justice system. The criminal justice system already see Carmelo Anthony as as guilty because that's the way the system is built. And then on top of that, too, like and then on top of that, you have to deal with these crazy ass internet pilled kooks online sending you death threats and people spying on your house and now you gotta move and all that stuff. Like, bro, it's this is why this is why I say social media brain rot is real, man. Like, it's totally real. Like, it's bad. You can't live, well, you ain't gonna live in peace because, you gotta go to court and all that stuff, right? You gotta think about that. Then you gotta think about some psychopath potentially harming your family because, you know, they side told them that Carmelo Anthony is a criminal and he should be charged, and then they're pocket watching how much money that black people mostly raise for Carmelo. Um, you know, like again, like nobody cared when Kyle Rittenhouse got that money, but you know, all of a sudden, a black man, you know, black people staying on code these days. Now it's a problem. You know, they taking the money and buying an Escalade and bought a house and bought this, bought that. Like exactly like. It probably not even their cars. It's probably a lawyer's car or a security detail vehicle or something. Like, who cares, man? Like, man, I really hope nothing happened to him and Carmelo, his family, man. Like, you know, and this stuff is not going to stop. There's going to be more lies and deceit. Like, you know, shout out to Rome. He did a show yesterday, and he said the truth, man. I hope Carmelo sue the fuck out of all of these outlets, man. The Daily Wire, the Daily Mail, New York Post, all of these motherfuckers, because they are just slandering and defaming this family in Carmelo, and it's sickening, man. Like, you know, it's sickening, man. Like, I mean, this country we live in. I mean, I'm not proud to be American. I mean, I'm proud to be American when the country is racist as hell, and then we don't provide people with health care. So, all right, guys, that's the show. I hope you guys enjoyed it, man. I surely did. I was feeling kind of down, but I'm better now. Um, the only shameless plugs I got right here is right there. Follow the official ATP Network Twitter account. Handle for that is at ATP Network 247. And also follow the ATP Network crew. That's all of our handles right there. And if you're on Twitter, follow us there. And also too, like the video. It's free and it'll cost you a damn thing. So, all right, guys, that's all I got for you. But before I go, I'm gonna let my, you know, I'm gonna let I wouldn't say we friends yet, but you know, I'm gonna let Ariel and Jasmine close you out then. You know, as I always say, this is Andre Boyd signing out of the Good Faith Show. Have a good one. No, yeah. Fuck Benjamin Netanyahu.
Golly. Before the ICE agent went all fucking crazy, he was trying to convince these immigrants to come out of the car. He was like, hey, just come out, I just want to talk. While the immigrants were being very respectful and they were saying, we're waiting for our immigration lawyer. We're not coming out and talking to you until our attorney comes up. The attorney was on the way and this agent was progressively starting to lose patience. The people in the car asked him politely if he had a warrant. He didn't have an answer for them because he didn't have a warrant. What turned into him trying to calmly bring them out and just talk to them, saying, hey, roll down your window, I just want to talk, turned into him wielding a hammer into the window. Look at him. He's like, come on, I just want to talk, just bring down your window a little bit. That's why it is so important for undocumented immigrants to know their rights and always record agents when they come up and talk to you. It doesn't matter how nice they seem. You never know when you're going to need footage like this to show a judge and show them how wrong they were and what they did and how illegal they were acting. Make sure you let me know what you think in the comment section below. Follow me for more news content like this.